Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. Success, it ain't an accident. Discipline, that ain't a choice. You want to change your life, you want to rise above the noise, then listen up, because it all starts with one thing: waking up at 4 a.m. See, while the world sleeps, the great ones are already grinding. While others are dreaming, champions are building. At 4 a.m., there are no distractions, no phone calls, no excuses, just you and your purpose. You see, discipline is the bridge between who you are and who you want to be. And that bridge, it gets built when the sun ain't even up yet. People say, I don't have time. No, you do have time. You just ain't using it right. At 4 a.m., you control the clock. You master the morning. You master the day. You master the day. You master your life. Greatness doesn't wait for permission. It doesn't knock on your door and say, are you ready? No. You got to chase it down. You got to be willing to sacrifice for it. But let me tell you the truth. It ain't easy. That bed is warm. That sleep is calling. But success don't care about comfort. It demands commitment. And when you wake up at 4 a.m., day after day, month after month, year after year, you ain't just waking up early. You are becoming something greater. You are stepping into the version of yourself that most people will never meet. So the question is, are you willing? Are you willing to get uncomfortable? Are you willing to do what others won't so you can live how others can't? Success is not some magical force that chooses a lucky few. It is not a matter of chance, fate, or being in the right place at the right time. No, success is earned. It is built brick by brick through discipline, consistency, and relentless effort. If you sit around waiting for a breakthrough, hoping that one day things will just happen for you, then you'll be waiting forever. Success does not come to those who wait. It comes to those who work, those who put in the time when no one is watching, those who push themselves when no one is forcing them to, and those who commit to their goals every single day, whether they feel like it or not. Discipline is the foundation of greatness. It is the ability to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. It's waking up early when your body craves more sleep. It's putting in extra hours when others have clocked out. It's saying no to distractions, to bad habits, to anything that takes you further away from your goals. Without discipline, talent is wasted. Without discipline, dreams remain dreams. Without discipline, potential dies unused. You can have all the talent in the world, but if you don't have the discipline to refine it, sharpen it, and apply it consistently, it will never amount to anything. Many people believe that successful individuals were simply lucky, that they had connections, better opportunities, or were born into the right circumstances. But if you study the most successful people in the world, you will see a different story. You will see men and women who woke up before the sun, people who outworked, outlasted, and outdisciplined their competition. The greatest athletes, the most brilliant minds, the most powerful leaders, they did not rely on luck. They relied on habits. They showed up every single day, rain or shine, tired or energized, motivated or unmotivated. The truth is, discipline beats talent when talent refuses to work. There are people out there who are more skilled than you, smarter than you, and have more resources than you. But if you are more disciplined than them, you will outwork them, and eventually you will outperform them. Talent can take you far, but discipline will take you further. And the best part? Discipline is not something you're born with. It's a skill, it's a muscle, and just like any muscle, the more you train it, the stronger it becomes. So what does discipline look like in real life? It looks like routine. It looks like waking up at 4 a.m., setting goals, following a schedule, and eliminating distractions. It looks like working when no one is clapping for you. It's pushing through self-doubt, fear, and discomfort. It's saying, I will do this, even when everything inside you is saying, I don't feel like it. The people who succeed are not the ones who only work hard when they are motivated. They are the ones who work hard even when motivation is gone. Discipline is hard, let's be honest. It's uncomfortable. It requires sacrifice. It requires giving up things that feel good in the moment for things that will make you great in the future. It requires waking up early when your body begs you to sleep in. It requires saying no to parties, distractions, and meaningless entertainment. It requires failing over and over again, but still getting back up. And that is why so few people have it. Most people want success, but they don't want the discipline that comes with it. They want the reward without the process, the results without the effort. But life doesn't work that way. If you are not willing to pay the price, then you are not deserving of the prize. Success belongs to the disciplined. It belongs to those who take control of their time, their habits, and their mindset. It belongs to those who stop making excuses and start making progress. The difference between where you are now and where you want to be is discipline. If you can master that, if you can wake up every single day and do the work, even when you don't feel like it, then there is no limit to what you can achieve. There is something special about 4 a.m. It is quiet, it is still, the world hasn't woken up yet, and in that silence there are no distractions, no phone calls, no notifications, no noise from the outside world pulling you in 100 different directions. At 4 a.m. it's just you and your mission. It's the time when champions are made, when the truly dedicated separate themselves from the pack. While everyone else is still asleep, you are up. You are putting in the work. You are getting better, stronger, sharper. This is how winners are created, not by chance, not by luck, but by discipline and sacrifice. When you wake up at 4 a.m., you take control of your day before the world gets a chance to take control of you. Most people wake up late, rush through their morning, and spend the rest of the day reacting to emails, to messages, to problems that pile up. But when you wake up at 4 a.m., you are ahead of the game. You decide how your day begins. You decide how your time is spent. You start your morning with intention, with clarity, with purpose. And that kind of control, that kind of focus, it's what separates the good from the great. Look at the most successful people in the world. The top athletes, the greatest minds, the most powerful leaders. What do they have in common? They wake up early. They don't hit snooze. They don't waste time lying in bed. They rise before the sun because they understand something that most people don't. The early hours belong to those who want it the most. This isn't just a habit. This is a statement. Waking up at 4 a.m. is saying, I refuse to be average. It's saying, I will do what others want so I can have what others can't. But let's be honest, it's not easy. That bed is warm. Your body wants rest. Your mind wants comfort. And that is exactly why most people never do it. Waking up at 4 a.m. isn't just about getting up early. It's about breaking the cycle of weakness. It's about proving to yourself every single day that you are in control. Not your laziness, not your excuses, not your feelings. When that alarm goes off, you have a choice. Stay comfortable or rise and grind. Champions choose to rise. Now, some people will say, but I'm not a morning person. That's an excuse. No one is a morning person at first. Waking up early is a skill, and like any skill, it can be trained. The first few weeks will be brutal. You'll want to quit. But if you push through, if you keep showing up, eventually it becomes second nature. Your body adapts. Your mind sharpens. And soon you'll start to notice something incredible. Your productivity will skyrocket. Your focus will improve. Your energy levels will rise. You will get more done before 9 a.m. than most people do in an entire day. The world is full of distractions. Social media, emails, phone calls, endless noise pulling you in every direction. But at 4 a.m., there is none of that. It's just you and your purpose. Whether you're working on your business, studying, training, or building something for your future, those early hours give you the undivided time to focus, to improve, to grow. That's why 4 a.m. isn't just about waking up early. It's about eliminating distractions. It's about creating an environment where you can do the deep work that changes your life. So, when the alarm clock rings, What will you do? Hit snooze and stay average? Or get up and chase greatness? Because the truth is simple. You can either sleep with dreams or wake up and chase them. Mornings set the tone for everything that follows. The way you start your day determines how you move through it, how focused you are, how disciplined you remain, how much energy you bring to the table. If you wake up late, rushing, barely pulling yourself together, you begin the day in a state of chaos, and that chaos follows you. But if you wake up with intention, with a plan, with the discipline to take control, you carry that power into every hour that follows. This is why the most successful people in the world treat their mornings like sacred time. They know that mastering the morning means mastering the day, and mastering the day, that's how you master your life. Most people live in reaction mode. They wake up to an alarm they've already snoozed 3 times, grab their phone, check messages, scroll through social media, and before they've even gotten out of bed, they are already consumed by other people's agendas. They aren't controlling their day is controlling them. And that's exactly why they stay stuck. But when you wake up at 4 a.m., you are in charge. You decide what happens first. You create the momentum that carries you forward. Instead of reacting to the world, you take action to shape your world. What does mastering the morning actually look like? It's not just about waking up early. It's about winning the first hour. That first hour sets the pace for everything else. If you spend it scrolling through your phone, checking emails, and procrastinating, you set a pattern of distraction that follows you throughout the day. But if you spend it with purpose, reading, journaling, working out, planning your goals, you set a pattern of focus, clarity, and discipline. Your morning is either a weapon or a weakness, and the choice is yours. One of the most powerful habits you can build is a morning routine. A structured, disciplined routine eliminates decision fatigue, saves energy, and puts you in a peak state before the rest of the world even wakes up. Imagine starting your day with movement, going for a run, hitting the gym, or stretching. Your body wakes up, your blood starts flowing, your mind sharpens. Now imagine following that with time for learning, reading, studying, developing a skill. Then you plan your day, setting clear priorities, mapping out what needs to get done. By the time others are just rolling out of bed, you have already won the morning. You have built unstoppable momentum. Energy is everything. If you start your day sluggish, unmotivated, and distracted, that energy drags into everything you do. But if you start strong, if you take care of your body, sharpen your mind, and focus your thoughts, you become unstoppable. Successful people understand that the mind and body are connected. They don't wait to feel motivated. They create motivation by taking action. And that action starts in the morning. They fuel their body with good food, move with purpose, and train their mind to focus. They don't let the day dictate their mood. They create the energy they need to dominate the day. Discipline in the morning creates discipline in life. When you control how you wake up, you prove to yourself that you are in control of your actions. Every morning you wake up early, follow your routine, and push past your excuses, you strengthen your willpower. And that willpower doesn't just stay in the morning, it follows you into your work, your relationships, your goals. It becomes part of who you are. That's why successful people guard their mornings. They don't waste them. They own them. And because they own their mornings, they own their lives. So if you want to change your life, start by changing how you wake up. Stop waiting for the day to happen to you. Take control. Start early. Start strong. Because the truth is simple. If you master your morning, you master your life. People love to say, I don't have time. It's the most common excuse in the world. Oh, I don't have time to work out. I don't have time to start that business. I don't have time to chase my dreams. But let's be honest. That's not the truth. The truth is, you do have time. You have the same 24 hours as the most successful people in the world. The difference? It's not about how much time you have. It's about how you use it. Look around. There are people working 2 jobs, raising a family, chasing their dreams, and still making time to grow. There are people with busier schedules than you, more responsibilities than you, but they are still finding a way. Because they understand something most people don't. Time is never the problem, priorities are. If something is important to you, you will find a way. If it's not, you will find an excuse. That's the difference between those who succeed and those who stay stuck. Most people waste hours every single day and don't even realize it. Time spent scrolling on social media, watching TV, playing video games, caught up in gossip, or simply doing nothing. They say they have no time, but when you look at their habits, you see the truth. The problem isn't that they don't have time. It's that they aren't serious about their goals. They aren't disciplined. They aren't willing to sacrifice comfort for progress. And as a result, they stay exactly where they are. If you want something bad enough, you have to make time for it. You have to wake up earlier, cut out distractions, and stop giving your time away to things that don't serve your future. You have to audit your day. Look at where your time is really going. Are you using it to grow, to improve, to get better? Or are you wasting it on things that bring you no value? Because every hour counts. Every decision you make with your time either pushes you forward or pulls you back. Waking up at 4 a.m. is one of the most powerful ways to take control of your time. When you wake up before the world, you create extra hours in your day. Hours that would have been wasted sleeping or scrolling through your phone are now being used for something productive. Whether it's working out, learning a new skill, planning your goals, or getting ahead in your work, you are maximizing your time instead of wasting it. And that's how you separate yourself from the rest. Discipline with time is what separates winners from everyone else. You will never hear a successful person say, "I just didn't have time," because they know that's a lie. They don't wait for time to magically appear. They make time. They sacrifice late nights for early mornings. They cut out distractions. They focus on what actually matters. And because of that, they get ahead. They succeed while everyone else makes excuses. So ask yourself, how are you using your time? Are you making excuses or are you making progress? Are you spending your time on things that push you forward? Or are you wasting it on things that keep you stuck? Because at the end of the day, time isn't the problem, how you use it is. Greatness is not handed out. It is not given freely to those who simply want it. No one is going to tap you on the shoulder and say, "Here, take this success, take this wealth, take this power." No, greatness must be earned. It must be fought for. And the price? Sacrifice. The price is waking up earlier than everyone else. It's working when others are resting. It's pushing yourself when your body begs you to quit. Greatness doesn't ask for permission. It demands everything you've got. Most people will never achieve greatness because they are unwilling to pay the price. They want the rewards, but they don't want the sacrifice. They want the 6-figure income, but won't put in the hours. They want the dream body, but won't commit to the gym. They want to be at the top, but won't do what it takes to climb. And that's why they stay average. Because average people look for shortcuts. They look for easy routes. They want success without the struggle. But that's not how it works. The truth is, if you are serious about achieving something big, you have to be willing to give something up. Maybe it's sleep. Maybe it's comfort. Maybe it's time spent partying, watching TV, or scrolling through social media. Whatever it is, there's always a trade-off. The question is, are you willing to make it? Because every great person in history has sacrificed something to get to where they are. They didn't just stumble into success, they built it. And they built it through sacrifice. Sacrifice means making tough choices. It means saying no to things that don't serve your purpose. It means turning down distractions, cutting out negativity, and staying locked in on your mission, even when it gets hard. Because let's be real, it will get hard. There will be days when you question yourself. There will be nights when you feel like giving up. There will be moments when you wonder if it's worth it. And in those moments, the weak quit, but the strong push forward. because they know the pain of discipline is temporary, but the pain of regret lasts forever. Look at the people who have achieved greatness in any field: athletes, entrepreneurs, leaders, artists. Every single one of them sacrificed something. They sacrificed sleep to train harder. They sacrificed comfort to chase their dreams. They sacrificed relationships, social life, even security, all because they believed in something bigger than themselves. They weren't waiting for permission. They weren't waiting for approval. They knew that if they wanted greatness, they had to take it. Most people fear sacrifice because they think they are losing something, but what they don't realize is that every sacrifice is actually an investment. When you sacrifice comfort for discipline, you are investing in a better future. When you sacrifice time for learning, you are investing in knowledge that will pay off later. When you sacrifice distractions for focus, you are investing in progress. Sacrifice is not about loss, it's about gain. But only those who are willing to embrace it will ever see the rewards. So the question is simple. Are you willing to pay the price? Are you willing to wake up earlier? Are you willing to work harder? Are you willing to say no to distractions and yes to discipline? Because greatness will not wait for you. It will not slow down. It will not lower its price. If you want it, you must step up and take it. Motivation is temporary. It comes and goes like the wind. Some days you wake up feeling unstoppable, ready to take on the world. Other days, you don't even want to get out of bed. That's the reality. And if you only rely on motivation to push you forward, you will fail. Guaranteed. Because motivation is unreliable. It's inconsistent. And success doesn't wait for motivation. Success is built on discipline. It's built on doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. Discipline is what separates those who talk about success from those who actually achieve it. Most people wait for motivation. They say, I'll start when I feel ready, or I'll go to the gym when I'm in the mood. That's the problem. They are waiting for a feeling. And feelings are inconsistent. But discipline is constant. It doesn't care how you feel. It doesn't care if you're tired, if it's raining, if you had a long day. Discipline does the work regardless. Think about the most successful athletes, entrepreneurs, and leaders. Do you think they are motivated every single day? Absolutely not. There are days when they don't want to train, don't want to show up, don't want to push through, but they do it anyway because they understand that discipline is the foundation of greatness. It's the ability to show up, to put in the work, to stay consistent no matter what. And that's the difference between winners and everyone else. Winners don't make excuses. The problem with relying on motivation is that it makes you soft. It makes you weak. It gives you an easy way out. The moment you don't feel inspired, you stop. The moment things get tough, you quit. And that's why most people never achieve their goals. They let their feelings dictate their actions instead of letting their commitment drive them forward. But discipline hardens you. It builds mental toughness. It forces you to push through, even when your mind and body are screaming for comfort. Discipline is about habits. It's about building a system so strong that even on your worst days, you still move forward. It's waking up at 4 a.m. because that's what you committed to, not because you feel like it. It's going to the gym even when you'd rather stay in bed. It's working on your craft, your business, your future, even when no one is watching, even when there's no applause, even when it's boring and repetitive, because that's what success requires. Consistency, repetition, sacrifice. You don't rise to the level of your motivation. You fall to the level of your discipline. That's why successful people train their discipline like a muscle. They practice it every single day. They make it a part of their identity. They don't wake up and ask themselves, do I feel like doing this? No. They wake up and say, this is who I am. This is what I do. And because of that mindset, they keep moving forward no matter what. So the real question is, Can you be disciplined? Can you show up even when you don't want to? Can you push through even when you're exhausted? Can you commit not just when it's easy, but especially when it's hard? Because at the end of the day, motivation is a feeling, discipline is a choice, and success belongs to those who choose discipline. Success is not built overnight. It's not the result of one big moment, one lucky break, or one massive effort. No, success is built day by day, brick by brick, choice by choice. It's not about what you do once in a while. It's about what you do every single day. Consistency is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. It's not about intensity. It's about commitment. It's about showing up, putting in the work, and repeating that process over and over again until the results start to show. Most people fail because they expect instant results. They go to the gym for a week, don't see progress, and quit. They start a business, hit a rough patch, and give up. They try to build a new habit, struggle in the beginning, and walk away. That's why they stay stuck, because they don't understand that consistency is the secret weapon. It's not about how hard you go in the beginning. It's about how long you can keep going, how well you can endure, how committed you are to the process. Look at the most successful people in any field, and you'll see one thing in common. They don't stop, they don't start, and quit when things get hard. They don't rely on motivation or inspiration. They commit. They develop daily habits that move them forward, even in the smallest ways. They understand that progress is invisible in the beginning. You don't see the muscle growth after one workout. You don't see the wealth after one investment. You don't see the mastery after one day of practice. But over time, the results stack up. The problem is that most people underestimate the power of small, consistent actions. They think success is about massive efforts, big moves, or dramatic changes. But in reality, success is built in the tiny decisions you make every day. It's choosing to wake up early when you could sleep in. It's reading 10 pages of a book instead of scrolling through your phone. It's practicing your craft for an hour instead of watching TV. It's making one healthy choice at a time, one disciplined action at a time. And when you do that every single day, it compounds. Think of it like planting seeds. If you plant a seed today, you won't see a tree tomorrow. But if you water it every day, if you keep showing up, if you trust the process, eventually that seed grows into something strong, something unshakable. The same applies to your goals. If you commit to small, consistent efforts, waking up early, training, studying, grinding, you may not see results right away, but if you keep going, if you stay patient, the results will come. Because consistency beats talent, it beats luck, it beats everything. Success doesn't belong to the smartest person, the most talented, or the luckiest. It belongs to the most consistent, the person who refuses to quit, the person who shows up every single day whether they feel like it or not. That's the difference between winners and everyone else. Winners don't get distracted by slow progress. They don't let failure shake them. They trust the process because they know that small daily actions, when done consistently, lead to massive success over time. So ask yourself, are you being consistent? Are you putting in the work day after day, no matter what? Are you sticking to your habits even when you don't see immediate results? Because if you want to change your life, it won't happen in a single day. But if you stay consistent, if you commit to the process, there's no limit to what you can achieve. How you start your day sets the tone for everything that follows. If you wake up late, rushing, stressed, and unprepared, your whole day will feel chaotic. But if you wake up early, focused, and in control, you position yourself for success before the world even begins. The most successful people in the world understand this. Your morning determines your momentum. If you win the morning, you win the day. Most people wake up reactive instead of proactive. They hit the snooze button. They check their phones first thing, getting bombarded with notifications, emails, and distractions before they've even had a chance to think for themselves. They drag themselves out of bed at the last minute, rush to get ready, and scramble through their morning with no sense of direction. That's not how you build a powerful day. That's how you set yourself up for mediocrity. A winning morning starts with intention. It starts with waking up before the world, before the distractions, before the chaos. It's about taking control of your time before the outside world demands your attention. When you wake up at 4 a.m., you give yourself something most people don't have: peace. A quiet space to think, to plan, to focus on yourself before the noise of the day takes over. It's in those early hours that you create clarity, set your priorities, and prepare yourself for the battles ahead. What you do in the first hour of your day matters more than you think. If you start your morning with discipline, the rest of your day follows that pattern. If you start your morning with laziness, the rest of your day follows that pattern. That's why successful people own their mornings. They wake up early, they work out, they read, they meditate, they plan, they take time for themselves. They don't let their mornings happen to them. They design their mornings to build momentum. Waking up early gives you a head start. Think about it. While the rest of the world is still sleeping, you are already moving, already working, already getting ahead. If your competition wakes up at 7 a.m. and you wake up at 4 a.m., that's 3 extra hours every single day. Multiply that over weeks, months, years. That's thousands of hours of extra effort, extra growth, extra preparation. Over time, that difference becomes unstoppable. But it's not just about waking up early. It's about what you do with that time. If you wake up early just to waste time on social media or sit around doing nothing, it doesn't mean anything. That time needs to be used with purpose. Whether it's exercising to build strength, reading to build knowledge, writing down your goals to stay focused, or working on your craft to get ahead, your morning should be spent sharpening yourself, because once the rest of the world wakes up, the distractions come. The emails, the phone calls, the meetings, the demands of life. Once the day takes over, your time is no longer fully yours. So the real question is, are you winning your mornings? Are you waking up with purpose? Or are you letting your day start in chaos? Are you giving yourself time to grow, to improve, to prepare? Or are you waking up at the last minute, already behind before the day even begins? Because if you want to win in life, you have to start by winning the morning. At the end of the day, success isn't a mystery. It's not reserved for the lucky, the privileged, or the naturally gifted. It belongs to those who are willing to do what others won't. It belongs to those who are willing to wake up before the world, to push themselves past their limits, to stay disciplined when no one is watching. It belongs to those who understand that comfort is the enemy of progress, that sacrifice, consistency, and relentless effort are the real keys to greatness. You can choose to stay the same, to keep living the way you always have, waking up late, making excuses, waiting for motivation to strike. But let me ask you, where has that gotten you? If you want more out of life, you have to demand more from yourself. You have to stop wishing and start working. Stop talking and start doing. Stop making excuses and start making moves. Because the truth is, nobody is going to save you. Nobody is going to wake you up at 4 a.m. Nobody is going to push you out of bed and force you to chase your dreams. That's on you. It's not going to be easy. There will be days when you feel exhausted, when the doubt creeps in, when the temptation to quit becomes overwhelming. But those are the moments that define you. Those are the moments that separate winners from everyone else, because anyone can stay disciplined when it's easy, but can you stay disciplined when it's hard? Can you keep showing up when you don't see results yet? Can you trust the process even when nobody is clapping for you? Remember this: every single day you wake up early. Every single day you put in the work. Every single day you make a choice to be better. You are building something unstoppable. You are building a version of yourself that can't be broken. A version of yourself that refuses to settle, refuses to quit, refuses to live a life of mediocrity. And one day, all that effort, all that sacrifice, all that discipline, it will pay off. One day you will wake up and realize you have become everything you once dreamed of. So the choice is yours. Stay asleep, stay comfortable, stay average, or rise early, rise disciplined, rise unstoppable. Wake up at 4 a.m., take control of your time, take control of your future, and watch how your life changes.